What's up, everybody? Hey, Rob Cushing here, and want to do a quick video for you. Hope you guys are enjoying the new year so far. Want to shoot this quick video for you because I kind of had a little epiphany tonight. Um, now, we in town here in Cape Cod, specifically Barnstable, Hyannis area, which is where I'm from and I'm at. We have a kind of relatively new skating center. We had an old one when I was growing up. It was really kind of a POS, and they tore it down a few years ago. They built a new one, and I hadn't been ice skating in years, and probably like at least 15 or 16. My 3-year-old son has taken a recent interest in skating because it's been really cold up here as of late on Cape Cod, and he had noticed a lot of kids skating on ponds, and a friend of his from preschool, she was skating on a YouTube video, on a Facebook video she had, and so it's always been talking about, and it was one of those things where I was kind of like, okay, that's great, but I've been so caught up with my music, so caught up with my business, with kind of the day-to-day stuff with the family, that I didn't really get around to it. It was like, okay, it's a great idea, and we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. Okay. So they had this kind of really cool skate night, which is kind of where the whole town came out tonight. And I didn't know exactly when it was until today because the flyers for it had listed the wrong date. It was like a date. They said it was like Thursday the 20th when it's actually that couldn't be possible because it's 2015. So I didn't know if it was a Tuesday or a Thursday or if it was actually the 20th or not. I called the skating rink and I never got an answer till like this morning, and they basically said, yeah, it's tonight. So I was like, okay. So now I'm kind of on the spot. Now, keep in mind, I haven't skated in about 15 years, okay? Um, and I had some apprehension about it. And it was kind of like, it was one of those things that was like, it'd be so much easier to just sit at home, maybe work on some music, do some stuff for my business, film a video, which I'm doing for you anyway now, spend time with my family, etc., etc. Because I thought about it, I'm sitting there going, you know what, this is important to my son. And if it's important to my family, it's important to me. And it's one of those things like if I put it off till tomorrow, put it off till tomorrow. Next thing I know, he's older and we've never done this. And and I didn't really admit it to myself. I was really apprehensive about going out on like a night where the whole town was around. A ton of them know me, and I know them, and just falling flat on my ass. And I didn't want to do it in front of my son. And it wasn't until we got on the ice and we're going around, and he's terrified. And I'm sitting there going, skating. I'm not exactly sure if I want to be here. I'm kind of fumbling as it is, but I got to put on a brave face. As we go around the rink, I look down and when I'm holding his hand, and he's going from sheer terror, but then he's like watching the other skaters kind of do their thing. He's watching me because we're kind of pacing ourselves. I'm talking, I'm giving him positive reassurance the whole time. And I feel him start to relax a bit and get into it and realize that he's probably realizing, okay, this isn't quite so bad. And as he's doing it, I notice I am too. I notice I haven't fallen on my ass. I'm actually coasting along fairly well. And my son is starting to outdo me, and he's 3.5. So I wanted to make this kind of a quick video tonight. So we got off the ice, and we're sitting there having hot chocolate afterwards. And I'm thinking to myself, it was kind of an epiphany. It was kind of like a parallel I had, and it's almost like I caught myself in a what do they call that? Now it's kind of like the anyway, I can't remember what it is. It's like when you talk about one thing and then you actually find yourself or doing it anyway. Hypocritical. Yeah, maybe that's it. So I'm sitting there going, the very thing that I talk to people on my team and anybody who wants to approach a business is get out of your comfort zone. And most times I do. And I'm a human being. And there are times that I'm apprehensive about doing something. There are times that I'm like, okay, I kind of want to do this, but I kind of don't want to do this, but maybe I'll do it tomorrow. And when I was dwelling on it, I realized that this was one of those very same things. I was going against what I had been training my teams. I've been going against what I've been talking to you guys about, which is getting out of your comfort zones, whether it's in music and business, with your family, anything, all right? And when I got out, it was one of those things like where I just got out there and I realized it wasn't quite so bad. And I felt a little ashamed of myself because I was like, this is the very thing I talked about. And I fell victim to it. So I just found it really interesting that even when you get to a certain height in your business or a certain point in your business or where you're at in personal development, you kind of take stock in how far you've come, but in some aspects you realize you got a long way to go. So I just kind of wanted to get that out there. It was just kind of a brief video. I just want to show you guys about getting out of your comfort zone. And it's not something that, I guess it gets, I wouldn't say it gets easier. Maybe in some aspects it's still hard, but it gets, the more you work on it, the easier it gets to recognize that you are having a tough time getting out of your comfort zone. And once you recognize that, you can then go ahead and, and then say, okay, I recognize I'm holding myself back. I need to get out of my own way. I just need to kind of stop dipping my toe in the water and just jump in feet first. And I was scared shitless to do that tonight. And it wasn't because, I was going to hurt myself or anything like that. No. I didn't want to let my son down. I felt like I was going to let my son down if he saw me fall. And then it turned out I was like, so what? I want him to know I'm a human being too. And despite the fact that, I know he looks up to me, we all have our flaws. And we're not perfect. I didn't want to fall down in front of anyone else. And then when I got out of my own way and I realized that I need to stop doing that, that's when things really started coasting along. That's when things really got into a groove. I find myself doing that a lot with my music. I'll be songwriting, for instance, and I'll come across a certain lick, and I sometimes immediately start to go, I don't know if this is really such a good hook after all. I'll table it till tomorrow. And then you finally get the song done, and people listen to it. Not toot my own horn here, but people start listening to it and going, man, why didn't you put this out sooner? And I'm like, I don't know, when I actually did know, as I got my own way. So anyway, I'm getting to almost 8 minutes here. I'm kind of rambling, but I was just so proud of my son tonight, and I was just kind of thinking of this whole allegory about getting out of your comfort zone. And even if it's not your business, even if it's not what you're doing for your passion, it's everything we do, everything we face. It could be your family life, it could be your professional life, your personal life, your social life, etc. I mean, anything that you're doing out there. It's really important to get out of your comfort zone. That is the most important thing you could do. And it was just today was a nice reminder of that. Kind of a little piece of humble pie, and that's about it. So listen, I hope you found this a little bit of value. Again, I know I'm rambling. It's late, and I was just kind of a little giddy from seeing my son being able to kind of take to the ice and thinking about how how he's going to benefit from that in years to come. That's about it. Listen, if you guys it's 2015, right? And if you guys are still worried about getting out of your comfort zone, maybe you're stuck in a job you don't like, but you don't want to jump into something because you're afraid of the risk, okay? Maybe you're in a band and you're afraid of trying to book that tour because you don't want to take the risk. You're in your own comfort zone. I'm telling you guys, the worst thing you could do is get in your own way. You don't get stuck in a rut. Push yourself each and every day. And small things like today was just kind of a simple reminder that, I've gotten past a lot of it on my business side and a lot of it in the music side, but, we still run across things. We still come across these things. So it's a daily struggle, okay? But regardless, push past it because you may be surprised at the results, okay? So that's about it. Listen, if you are still trying to figure out what you want to do for 2015, and this is really it, I'm going to end the video after this. I want you to check out my link, okay? to what my business opportunity is. Okay, um, we are kicking major ass in this, and the cool part is you don't have to. It's not about selling anything to someone that they're not already buying, and you don't have to convince them to buy anything else than what they're already buying. You don't have to convince them to buy from somewhere else that they're already buying it from. And it's like wildfire, guys. Um, my one big regret is I wish I'd known about this sooner, and I really couldn't because we've really only been going since August. We were just an idea past August, and now here we are in January, and it just boggles my mind. Like that's been like what 5 months, not even. And the stuff, I mean, obviously the income we're producing, but I mean just the things we're doing, and we're just getting started. It's amazing. So listen, guys, I want you to reach out to me. I hope you found this video of value. Click on the link below. This is what I want you to do. Click on the link below. I want you to sign up on my mailing list. You're going to get a ton of info from me. If you're already on my mailing list, no problem. Got a great set of details and what exactly it is what I do, okay? If you have any interest, reach out to me, okay? I'm happy to answer any questions, etc. My contact info is all here. So with that, take care, everybody, and let's talk soon. All right, take care. Bye.